of a reason to do it because the Yoshimitsu player was just not challenging with that I-10 AA at all.
Yeah.
So that wasn't really necessary for that adaptation, but that's really the only counterplay to that I-10 AA.
Yeah, I just really feel like that's definitely the way to go with a character that's much faster and wants to get in close against a higher damage yet slower character.
Yep. It's kind of
Have
a
we
similar
seen
situation.
have we seen these guys play in one of these online things before? I feel like we have.
Yeah, maybe not one of the Boominati battles, but I think at one time we have seen it before. And Xephukai, obviously the champion of all these, but Feremuntrus going with the big lethal hit. That's not a real combo.
Yeah, Feremuntrus is definitely pretty solid at figuring out what the opponent knows about Zasalamel before he ends up like limiting himself to real combos and everything. It's definitely something we've seen from him quite a lot. But the legit combos that Zasalamel has are about just as terrifying as the fake ones, which you can't really say about a lot of characters.
Yeah, definitely. He can get a lot more like funky situations, and Feremuntrus does have a lot of situations that he can do that are like maybe you haven't seen before to get that kind of like cheeky damage off like a one curse. And this is going to be a lot of
that
damage.
Is Half-Life. He tried to do an unblockable cancel. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Definitely wasn't that.
Yeah, trying to swag a little too hard. Maybe save the swag and you go for real combos. Oh, but speaking of real combos, that's a real combo.
Pretty solid read there on the GI because Zeph had basically been running and blocking, or at least attempting to block, over and over again, trying to catch the Zos. So it definitely seems like the second that Zeph gets in, the Zos player is having a virtually impossible time keeping him away, trying to, get out with buttons, but they're just simply not fast enough, so he's going to have to spend a bar.
Yeah, which is a great option to kind of keep Zeph away from you, but let's see how Zeph is going to start adapting. We can start seeing 2-2-Bs. No, goes with the full crouch. Okay, full crouch, 1K.
Great. Yeah, it's very solid. That was a pretty scary situation. The amount of life that Sophie had in that situation could have definitely been removed by that guard break that's going to eventually happen, presumably.
I like Feremuntrus trying to like challenge Xephukai on his way in with like the 3As, but immediately Xephukai just being super patient and then hitting him with the whip punish.
The 3As challenging Zeph's dash-ins were certainly working the first time around, but this is very reminiscent of what was happening to me the last time I played against Zeph, where now he's gotten used to the idea of the Zasalamel player, who could be playing the spacing game, now feels forced to try and chase Zeph, and Zeph is just allowing Feremuntrus to kill himself, which is effectively what he's doing over and over again.
Yes, he is. And he's back to the edge, though. This character is very scary in this situation. Oh, he went for it.
Yeah.
I respect the attempt.
Wonder if that A+B was... Whoa, yeah, okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Great whip punish from Xephukai with the Angel Step A+B and Soul Charge, calling down the Lightning, able to secure game number 1. And yeah, I agree with what you had said earlier, Jay, where like in that first couple like round, the 3A from Zas as Zeph was trying to like chase him down was kind of working out for him. But Zeph slowed it down a little bit and started baiting out those whiffs and kind of just negated that, and it almost, as you said, made it so that Feremuntrus was just kind of having to do the chasing, and that's not something Zas is really good at.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that you see archetypically in every fighting game, where really, really good players will tend to get kind of mollywopped in the first full game or the first round or two, and then eventually they realize what the opponent is doing and they're able to adapt to it pretty quickly. And suddenly something that was massively successful initially isn't working at all anymore. And so it's up to Feremuntrus to try to figure out what he needs to do in spite of that. Maybe, well, it seems to be working again, but not as efficiently. So he ends up getting a tech crouch. So Zeph is doing a really good job at making Feremuntrus think that the 3A is still a good idea when it still probably isn't.
Yeah, and the thing is, if he baits it out enough, he can get a big whip punish for it, and sometimes you just have that happen and you lose the round.
Yeah, you kind of have to get used to dealing with a Sophie player GIing a whole bunch. When their back is to a small wall or something like that. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wow, this is a really unfair match that Zas has to deal with ring outs. But hey, that's just part of the game, right?
Mm-hmm. It's just a game, bro. Nice, gonna get the curse. Challenging immediately. I like it. Again, popping the curse. There we go. Decent damage. Oh, wow. What a call out.
And yeah, that's one thing that Feremuntrus is. That's going to give him the round, but that's one thing that that Feremuntrus has been really, really good at, is that he's been able to call out all those little spot GIs within his own pressure that Zeph is trying to throw out there, and doing it to massive success.
Great block punish from Zeph, showing that he knows the Zas matchup fairly decently, because a lot of people give him that away for free.
Yeah.
It's the 1B, doesn't have to pull the trigger, because he's going to get a lot of damage right here, but too far away!
I guess that doesn't work every time. But he has his curse yet again. So let's just make sure, if I'm Feremuntrus, I would think you don't want to get too obnoxious with the 4-6B, but that was a whiff punish, so that's going to give him the round, because that makes sense.
Yeah, off an I-16 vertical, that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's like plus on block if you activate the curse.
Oh, wow, speaking of activation,
tech traps.
Activate that lethal hit into 2 curses. This could potentially be huge in this round 4. Unless Feremuntrus just does that and gives Zeph a whip punish, forcing the soul charge out and just walking back and forth. Not going to work against Zeph. He's going to be super aggressive with that 6-6B.
So at this point, I assume that the one thing that Zeph might be worried about is the CE, but it doesn't look like we're going to have to deal with it. So it's going to be 2 bars to 1. Very difficult to deal with a Zas that has 2 bars. So and I'm curious to see how Zeph wants to try and do this. Defensively, offensively, it looks like he's going for something a little bit in between.
He is kind of being patient, but wow, just the sweet chin music. Going to be a lot of damage into decent Oki here. Going to go with the break attack, but the Shoryuken coming through.
Yeah, I was going to say, I really hope that Feremuntrus ends up using his bar pretty quickly, because he does have another one anyway. Alright, bar for bar.
Oh, wow.
Sophie's bar is pretty good. We're whipping stabs into stuff, but instead we're going to get CE'd. It was bound to happen at some point. Yellow Life with Soul Charge activated, this is going to do quite a lot.
Yes, it is, and he still has that curse, because the CE gives him one. And
oh!
Wow. The cojones on Feremuntrus. I mean, he could have made it safe.
Yeah, exactly. And like, what was he going to do? Sidestep? No. Can't do that. And so Zeph just took the bet on the 1B, because that is typically what a Zas player is going to do in that position. So it's a good mix-up from Zas.
Yeah, that was great from Feremuntrus, just to absolutely just totally disrespect with the 4-6B. And yeah, he had the curse to make it safe, so why not pull the trigger on it, able to get the round?
Well, he also knew that he had to come up with something to do big initiative, because let's say he had let off against Zeph and was worried about a certain something, then Zev, all he would have to do is get up and start doing soul charge things again. He still had a little bit of soul charge, and that would have been enough. And so, yeah, he wanted to make sure that he didn't give Zeph any kind of ability to get momentum again.
Yeah, and the slight delay, he ran at him for a little bit just to, kind of throw off Zeph's timing, who normally has impeccable timing. So it was a great delay from Feremuntrus.
Yeah, imagine Zeph had just woken up Stab there. That would have been funny.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, speaking of stabs, there we go. Gonna get the wall combo. Leading to lethal hits. Building that meter.
Shoutouts to Ramon.
The Ramon combo. And there we go. Run up launcher. He got one of those himself.
Man. Feremuntrus every once in a while is able to call out GIs when he's the one who's in the driver's seat, but his ability to call out the GIs, especially post GIs, when Zeph is in the driver's seat is about 0.0%.
Yeah, Zeph is amazing mix-ups post GI, but here we go. Gonna get the combo into huge damage, wall pressure, but the wall messing up the combo, it looked like. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it kind of like made some sort of a weird access kind of going on. It seems like Zeph is a lot more often in kind of like weird situations, which, I mean, it seems to be giving him success, so that's not bad. Wow, for the first time, Feremuntrus is able to figure out what Zeph is going to do post-GI, and it ends up giving him the round.
Yes, it is. Feremuntrus doing really, really good in this set here. This curse, wow, okay, hitting him out of his step, gonna make the safe on block.
He ends up getting the punish on the 6-6A, which is definitely important. Looks like he meant to do the unblockable, if I had to guess, but at the same point, he should have canceled it a little bit earlier. Ends up getting caught by that reversal edge. Or
everyone gets caught by that. It's such a cheeky thing that he can do in Season 2. Just pop the curse and just hit you for a little bit of damage.
I really like what Feremuntrus is doing here. He basically eliminated. I like past tense. A
little late on the whiff punish.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy that he wasn't able to get it off in time. But that's probably going to... That's not going to give him the round.
Oh, no,
but now the question is he going to get reverse rung out? No, see, that's the exact same thing that Feremuntrus did the last time. Yeah. Feremuntrus is doing the exact same series whenever he's at the wall. He'll go 3A, charge B, wait a second, grab, and then when that doesn't work and he's slightly far away, he goes for the that lethal hit, reverse ring out.
We went for the 4-4K, but little off axis.
Okay, so we're going to go with Soul Charge versus a Sophie with full bar. This is getting kind of desperate for Feremuntrus. He doesn't have a lot of resources. He doesn't have a lot of rounds, that's for sure. Okay, but he does have a lot of damage here.
Yes, he does. Nice. Canceling out of it. Gonna kick her in the face. But got the post-GI lethal hit. It's going to be a lot of damage. Oh, he didn't get the TAS.
Oh.
And that's going to take it, though. That